Thanks again for everyone for being here. First and foremost, very difficult week around not only our football program, but around campus here, our football family in the greater Evanston community, and we'd like to express all of our thoughts and prayers to the young Evanstonian, obviously to our student, and to Leon Brockmeyer's family. We dedicated the game on Monday to Leon's family, and we want to lift them up in our thoughts and prayers. Obviously taken from us too soon, and I know a lot of his teammates got together with his wife down in Florida today, and we're watching the game. So hopefully we made him proud, and you know, we've got two little guys and a beautiful woman that we're going to need to support as we move forward. But very difficult week for our university and for our entire Wildcat family. And you know, I think with that kind of passion and focus, our guys came out of the gate and played, I thought, really well to start the football game. I thought we controlled things early. We talked about at halftime, the game being back 0-0. We needed to go out and win the second half. And obviously we failed at that miserably. So I got to give a lot of credit to Coach Wilson and the Hoosiers. They did a terrific job in the second half, number one, by making big plays in the passing game. As I looked from the boundary in our communication, we had guys in position. We've got to win on those plays. And if we win on those plays, it's a completely different outcome. So obviously it's got to be a teachable, coachable, and learnable opportunity for us, and we've got to compete our tails off this week to improve there. We've been pretty solid for the last 3 weeks. I thought we were pretty solid all game. We just, in those 50-50 ball opportunities, we've got to win on those. We've got some personnel issues on our kickoff team that will be addressed and fixed by me starting tonight when I go home. We'll try to get some of our defensive guys some rest on that team, and obviously we've got some holes in the dam, and we allowed way too much water to sift through. And again, credit to Hoosiers. They blocked us, they ran through us, and they ran around us on our kickoff team, and we've got to fix that starting right now. But offensively, again, similar to I think as we went to start the year, I thought the only thing that really slowed us down today was us. And it's no disrespect to IU. I just thought that, you know, we had a good plan. I thought the guys were executing pretty well. One-man breakdowns, not picking things up that we expected to see. Turnovers, you know, you lose a turnover battle. You end up giving up explosion pass plays and kickoff return yards like we did. You know, we dodged a bullet today. So we've got a lot of work to do. We're in a very hostile environment a week from now, our first Big Ten road test, and if we don't get better, we're going to get blown out. So we've got a lot of work to do between now and then. And just again, want to say thank you to our students. It was unbelievable support. It's now 4 games in a row that we've had incredible fan support, especially from our students. And we'll see you in a couple weeks. But with that, how about some questions?
Coach, if you could talk a little bit about the way Kain Colter came out today as a receiver, putting him back in the slot. It seems like he was pretty comfortable right away, and that must have made him pretty happy.
Yeah, well, let me be clear with something. I want to thank our beat reporters. Okay, you guys are great. That's all I'm going to say. All right, fair deal. All right, man. We've obviously been working on this now for a couple of weeks, and you know, part of the whole thing that we do is together. And for you guys to come out and support our program, we're very appreciative. For you to be respectful for what we've been doing for the last couple of weeks. And doing what you did, we respect that, and we thank you for that. So we thought we had a good plan. You know, and Kain's Kain. I mean, he's unbelievable. I mean, he's as dynamic of a young man, maybe I think, in this conference. I really do. I mean, the versatility, the things that he can do. You put that on time walking out, and he's talking to Dr. Jeff Backus here, postgame in the training room. You know, Jeff's here as a guest, and you know, he's talking to guys thinking, you know, he's aspiring obviously to be a doctor down the road, a pre-med major. And that's what college football is all about. So very proud of the way he's playing, but none of us are surprised. We knew that in high school, and it shows obviously the way that he can pick up our system. And we are just getting started. I'll put it to you that way with the things that we're going to do there.
On some of those drives there, it looked like, you know, Colter was sort of rolling with the zone read, and you would put in Simeon in that drive. I mean, what was the reasoning for those kind of decisions? And when do you get a feel of when you want to put Colter in a drive and put Simeon in?
Yeah, you know, if I said it was me, I'd be lying. You know, it's really our offensive staff, and I'm quality controlling when it's going there. I trust Mick wholeheartedly. I mean, we're gonna make those decisions pregame, and then we're gonna see kind of how the game's flowing. You know, obviously with Kain's involvement in the offense today, we knew he was going to get a little bit worn down, so there's times that we wanted to get him some rest. And also when we thought we saw some things schematically, we can take advantage of it, Trevor. But, you know, really pleased with Trev kind of getting his first start, so to speak, at quarterback. going 22 for 32, and we'll take a look with a very critical eye. The good news is we won the football game. We threw 2 interceptions, and it didn't hurt us. So don't have to worry about that pressure anymore, not throwing a pick and all that. We were able to overcome it. So.
Pat, you've got a pretty deep receiving core. What's it say about when Kain comes in, not only makes a contribution, but I mean, he was the go-to guy on third down again and again and again today.
Yeah, well, I think we're just trying to find a way to get our best 11 on the field. We walked out of the first 4 games and said every time we took Kain off the field, we looked at ourselves kind of collectively as a coaching staff and said, what are we doing here? And the same thing with Trevor. He was playing, we thought, at a pretty high level. So those 2 guys are in our best 11. Some way, shape, or form, and what we believe in philosophically, offensively, and as a program, is players, formations, plays, and how can we exploit the great talents that our young men have to our advantage. And I think this was kind of the chapter 1 of what we plan to do.
Coach, Kain only got 3 pass attempts all game. Was that by design, or was it just kind of rolling with the fact that Trevor was playing well?
Yeah, I think it was more the flow of the game. No, we believe in Kain as a thrower. Trust me on that.
You talked about the big passing plays for
Yep.
Indiana on the boundary. Was that what you think was the main factor in them scoring 21 points in the third quarter?
No, absolutely. I mean, you cannot. Well, that and terrible kickoff coverage, right? I mean, you give them a freebie. When you don't tackle, you lose contain. You have guys around their lanes. Again, we've got to do some things on that team. We've got to get that fixed. Well, I promise you we'll get that short up. And I thought we did as the game went along. We just didn't do a very good job. We knew what they were going to do. They did what we expected them to do, and we didn't execute. So that's my responsibility. I've got to get that fixed, and we will. But the explosion pass plays, we're in great position. We've just got to have the confidence and trust in ourselves to make that play, and we will. I've got confidence in the guys. As we've been going throughout here now for 5 weeks and going all preseason, we're going to compete every day in practice. And until we put ourselves in position where we play clean in all 3 phases, guys, you're going to see a lot of people play. We've got depth in the program, and next man in. Guy doesn't get it done, we're going with the next guy, and we unfortunately had to do that in some areas here today.
Coach, you spoke about not wanting Kain to get worn down as the game went on. You took him off the plays. I was just curious if you felt the same way about Vendrick Mark. Obviously he's doing kick returns, punt returns, running back, a little wide receiver. Are you guys worried at all about how he's going to last throughout the year, with this being the most he's ever played?
I think both guys are in terrific shape, and I'm more of a glad. That's 98% full, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not focusing on the negative. So, no, I'm not worried about it at all. They've got to keep taking care of their bodies throughout the week. We're not going to bang them during the week. I was born at night, but not last night. So, you guys come to practice, we put them in a red jersey, not because they're hurt, but we don't want them getting banged around. And that's just an alert to all the guys on defense. Let's not bang them around so we can get the reps we want to get. And so we've got a plan. We've had to tweak some things, and you guys have come out to practice every day have seen that. With our bye week, again, not for 4 more weeks, we're being real smart with how we're practicing. We're getting our reps. We're really practicing at a high tempo and a high energy level. We've shortened things up a little bit. We're only going in full pads on Tuesdays. And, I think we're playing pretty fresh on Saturdays, so hopefully we'll continue to do that. So we've got a plan. But, no, I'm not concerned about those guys. They're in great shape.
You've got to ask about Abraham and Jones.
Yeah, walking out into the tunnel, I saw Ibrahim after the game, and he looked great. So I think I fully expect him to get evaluated here this weekend, and I'll have some answers for you. But I can't give you a prognosis. I saw Christian when I was walking. I said, "How you doing?" He said, "I'm fine." So both guys had positive responses to me, but I haven't had my medical report yet. But I'll probably know more Thursday when I issue that at 5 o'clock.
The defense we saw in the second half looked very similar to the defense we saw in the second half against Syracuse. What were the similarities you saw between those 2 defenses, and what can you do to kind of fix those?
Well, I guess that's fair. I do disagree with you, but I thought this game was a little bit different from a standpoint that we were in position when we got in that place. I don't have a magic pill for that. I don't have a drill for that. It's called competition, and next man up. If you don't get the job done, the next guy's in. and we're going to make that change today. I've got great confidence in the guys. They've just got to have confidence and trust in themselves. So, you know, I'm disappointed for them. But I think we're in a completely different place as a defense than we were then. And then, you know, you also give up, obviously, the kickoff return, which really hurt you. It really hurt you. So a little bit different. A little bit different than Syracuse. That's why I feel that way.
At the beginning of the year, you thought, you know, Kain needed to learn how to take hits a little bit better and maybe slide at certain times. I mean, were you worried today with him taking a lot of hits? Do you think he's improved in that? Or?
He's not going to slide, so I'm not going to keep fighting him on it. You know, I mean, I got 3 little boys at home. Eventually, just let him sleep in the bed and say the heck with it. You know, eventually, you're going to grow out of it. You know, eventually, he's going to grow out of it. I don't know. We're playing in State College. Maybe I'll call Girardi and have him come out and see us. He believes he can score on every play. You know, that's not a bad quality, but I'm not going to get nitpicky. You know, I don't know if there's anybody in the conference that can do what he's doing right now. So I'm going to keep playing. I'm going to have fun.
Coach, could you talk a little bit about the rush defense? So it looked so good against Boston College and South Dakota. It seems like maybe it's a step back or some big holes in the defense where Houston was able to kind of exploit it. What did you see out of your rush defense?
Yeah, we had some guys not play very well from a standpoint of gap control. So that's on us as coaches. We've got to get guys to be more sound in the gaps. We missed some tackles today. You know, let's give some credit where credit's due. IU is what, #1 offense or 2 offense in the conference coming in. I think we held them under their season low. Might be their low of the year. And they do a terrific job on offense. So, you know, we're going to look at the game tape, and this is kind of the way it is when you play against a team like IU's offense. But 6 or 8 of those plays are going to go for about 200 to 300 of the yards. Okay. And so our guys are going to watch it on Monday morning, and they're going to see a technical, fundamental, or from a standpoint of making the play in the moment issue. They're not going to see that they were out talented. They're not going to see that we were out schemed. They're going to see that we can fix all those problems, and that's the way we're going to coach the guys. We've got a lot of good momentum going on, but we're far, far from the finished product in all 3 phases.
Any more questions? Thanks, Coach.
All right, terrific. Have a great weekend. Thanks so much.